Lone Wolf Customs, once again. What all have I done? The headers are fully on, bolted, tightened, all that.
The pain in the ass.
Yeah, should have put them on before I put them in. Dipsticks in, alternators back on, because I take it off to get my hands in there, which this side's a nightmare. Roughly done some wiring, regulators sort of wired. I got this wires running from the inside, which will be what runs this thing. Hooked the 3 big power wires together. I was going to get an iron block to do it, but unfortunately couldn't get one, couldn't find one. Could have waited forever and got one, but did or do. Damn it, dropped my cigarette. Oh. The oil pressure is hooked up. Preferred to use the metal copper line, but that's what came with, so I used it. Temperature's hooked up. Well, you already knew the fuel pressure was already hooked up, so got a fancy cap. Don't know if I'm going to use it or not. What else? Motor mounts in the front are bolted down. Yeah, I'll get there. Move this, turn this on so you can see what I'm going to show you. Built a cross member for the 727 using the factory location. All that wonderfulness. Let's see if I can see this here. Okay. Down here, you see the rack location. And the steering mechanism, I have to build around the starter because the fucking starter's in the damn way. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. The steering shaft wants to run right through the big part of the starter. So I got to build it to go around and connect to that. It's not a big deal. Got the shifter hooked up more or less. I got to change that little rod right there, or not the rod, but the piece of the transmission to the B&M one, which I have to buy one, but that much is in. Of course, you know, see how far back that rose, and of course, you know, it's gonna go all the way back there. I hung one of the mufflers because I actually had the hangers. I got to get more hangers. Crawling around underneath the car. All right, in here. The oil and temperature are actually, come on, focus. There we go. Temperature, oil, lights are wired other than that one yellow wire I've got to hook into a light source, so those will come on when I turn on the, you know, where they'll dim and do all that fancy crap. Of course, you know, the shifter. Put switches in like a drag car so I can turn things on and off and shit that I want to turn on and off. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on how I'm wiring this. I'll give a little bit of detail, but some of this stuff is actually some security things. So, and yeah, it's going to be wired into the switch for safety, but it's also going to have backup switches and all sorts of shit for other things. But that's pretty cool, you know, little drag pack. I glued the thing shut so it don't open no more. What the hell else have I done? I know this is just more of a catch up, because shit, most of this stuff has freaking been done at night. or where I didn't have access to the phone, or didn't want to go all the way up there to grab the phone to record this shit. So, anything else? Power steering's pretty much hooked up, minus the cooler. I did check the fans, the factory fans. They are 12 volt, not that later model shit where they have to have a computer to figure out them. So I'll wire those up so they'll come on when I want them to come on. Got the power steering cooler. Started installing the trans cooler, which I got to get another bracket or two to hold this side. I've still got to get the transmission cooler lines and fuel odds and ends and radiator hoses, because they're different. The radiators are the same, but the hoses are different, especially the bottom one. Top one I might be able to cut, make it work, but yeah, just slowly doing stuff as I can while I try to accumulate money, because I got to buy an intake. I got to buy the Hemi 6 box, and I got to buy the harness for the Hemi 6 box, and I got to build an adapter for the drive shaft, and I've got to build a drive shaft, which I'll actually do a good job on that one, unlike I did on that one. Of course, the wrecker just needed to move. That's all it needed to do. I ain't taking it on the interstate anytime soon. That's pretty much it. You know, I hooked up the hoses, of course. I got some other clamps, because these were a little smaller than this, so I just clamped the piss out of it, and they're on there great now. Between the V6 hoses and the V8 hoses and shit. But, you know, it may not be right, but it'll work. And frankly, it was a V6 car. And I'm building it in the insanity that I need it to be. And if I have a problem, I'll upgrade it later. It's not that big of a whoop. Like if I rip the drive shaft out, I'll just put a bigger drive shaft in it. Rip the rear end out, put a bigger rear end. Who knows? Lots of fun. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, blah, blah, blah. Bye.